He usually works at his desk, but today Joachim Weckmann is inspecting the bread himself. In the early 1990s, the head of the Berlin bakery, Märkisches Landbrot, went 100% organic. 6,000 loaves of bread are baked here every day. Everything comes from organic farms and no additives are used. Business is good and the bakery is growing. A few years ago, Märkisches Landbrot needed money for new factories and modern ovens. So Weckmann looked around for a creditor, and he found GLS Bank. His firm was able to borrow around €1 million.
GLS Bank supports farmers and works with them and encourages exactly this kind of production. That's one of the reasons we managed to get decent loan conditions. We also enjoyed a level of service I've never experienced in my professional life. And I've been self-employed since I was 20 years old.
Some 500 kilometers to the southwest, GLS Bank has its headquarters in Bochum in the Ruhr Valley. They do things differently here. The building is simple. Solar cells on the roof provide climate-friendly energy. Inside, there are no telewindows and no frills. Instead, natural materials create a tranquil atmosphere. GLS is successful even now in the financial crisis. Last year, total assets grew to over €1 billion, almost a 30% increase on 2007. The Mutual Savings Bank focuses on social and environmental projects. Every investment has to meet certain ethical standards. The bank's own investment advisory panel meets several times a year to decide which companies will be accepted into the investment portfolio.
What's not allowed are businesses dealing in things like nuclear power, weapons or child labour. We clearly don't compromise on things like that.
This man is one of the 62,000 clients who likes the bank's clear stand. In the wake of the financial crisis, many uneasy investors have sought alternatives elsewhere. This architect already has a checking account at GLS. Now he wants to invest. Of course he wants to earn money, but it's nice to have a clean conscience in the bargain. And he likes the personal touch.
You really are treated as a person. When you call, there's a real human being on the other end of the line. At most banks, that's unfortunately not the case. You have to slog through a string of different robot voices before you finally get someone. Here it's not that way. You get fast service, and they remember you.
Still, the architect isn't sure if the suggested investment, a fund for microloans, is the right one for him. Would that be the right investment for you?
Basically, yes, but I'm not convinced about the 3.5% to 4% interest rate.
What don't you like?
It's really too little. I'm not the financial expert here, but there are investments that promise a better return.
The bank's CEO, Thomas JORBERG, hears things like that all the time. Naturally, he understands customers' desire for higher interest. But what's important to him is that the interest rates are sensible and the investments secure, and the money has to be put to good use.
If I were to say the money's not important, that the rate of return is the main thing, then the real economy wouldn't matter. And we're now seeing the results of that kind of thinking. That's why we say it does matter, that it has consequences. How I invest my money has implications for society as a whole. The chance to make that difference is what we offer our clients.
Back in Berlin, everything worked out for the bakery. Joachim Weckmann favourably impressed the bank's credit advisors and received his €1 million at a very good rate. What makes that possible is the fact that more than 10% of all GLS investors have agreed to take little or no interest on their investment. It's their way of supporting sustainable, environmentally sound business practices.